you know, here's where a green consultant really needs to spend some time and some of their own energy. Because this is a large part, the answer to one of our questions on this, internally, I'll sharpen that comment up. There's a question that we ask businesses, which is, do you have a Green Business Partners development plan or program? And what that really is getting to is, are you set up as a green business today, and do you have business partners out there in the green space that you partner up with to help you get to win more sales and attract more business and do all the great things that businesses want to do? The answer to that question is going to be no, unless you're talking to a green business or unless you've got somebody who's a really forward thinker. But it's a big opportunity for them to enter an entire new market that they might not have even considered, which is the green market. Because a lot of green businesses, by the nature of being a green business, have to do business with other green businesses. It's not a want-to situation, it's a have-to, because they're branding their products as a green product or service. And if their supply chain isn't green, or their energy supplier isn't green, or they don't have enough partners in the space to work with, then they're not going to be successful businesses themselves. So it's the way it's a little bit of a captive market, without overstating it. So when a green consultant asks that question, they really need to have the answer for themselves answered. Not necessarily first, but maybe first would be better. What I mean by that is, if you're going to go through and ask people all these questions about their business and how they're doing things and why they're doing things, at some point you want to be able to capitalize on that, because we all got to make a living, and some of us want to make a living and really exceed the incomes that we might have made before. And how are you going to do that if you don't have a network of people with products and services that you can position into these businesses that you're talking about, with a rebate arrangement for you to make money off of, or a straight up commission arrangement that you can make money off of? Sometimes you just be transparent about things completely and say, look, you know, I get paid to bring one person in here. I've got two or three. Actually, I get paid by 2 or 3 different people to bring them in here in the same space, and that's usually a good way to go. The strengths of this one are this, the weaknesses are this, the strengths and weaknesses of this one are this. And really bring vendors to the table around some of this stuff. Also, too, getting these people involved in some type of green partnerships with other businesses to drive revenue growth makes you sound, I mean, just even mentioning it makes you sound more informed. And it gives you the ability to find out who they might be doing business with today at a deeper level that you might not have done. So there's just a lot of reasons around that type of question. But vendors and business partners for people is a huge area of concern. There's things in there, like if you're a manufacturer, do you get raw or component materials from anybody? Where are those materials sourced from? How are they created? You know, do you have a Green Business Partners development program? Even down to simple and little things, like do you have events catered? And if you do you have do you insist that those caterers use organic foods during the catering of events? That sort of thing. And how do you handle those events with them? Like, it's a big area of concern. So a lot of room for environmental impact in the areas of vendors and business partners. One of the shorter parts of our survey, I'm sure a lot more things could be done with it. But you know, the things that go into that are important. Vendors and business partners. The biggest one is business partners in my mind. People will say vendors because it's part of the supply chain management conversation. But I'm really a big fan of looking at what other kinds of businesses are doing green things in my area, and how do I align myself with those businesses, and how do I make that translate into more sales for me, or more cost savings for the people that I work with. And that's a big component of things. You know, some of the largest employers out there are going to be green jobs employers. If you don't believe that, look at the size of some of these wind farms that are going up. You know, I have the benefit of living in Rhode Island, which gives me terribly cold winters and really muggy summers. a beautiful springs and falls, in my opinion. But one of the largest employers in our state that's about to come online is a company called Deepwater Wind, and they're going to put up a $1.5 billion set of wind turbines right off the coast here. Over 100 massive wind turbines sitting right out in the middle of the ocean. Knowing about that project 4 years in advance didn't just happen. It happened through the vendors and partners, that we have out there. Really, the business partner side of that was the biggest part of it. Partner up with nonprofits. Some of these people have great ins and knowledge about what's going on. Partner up with other green businesses. Partner up that. So for your customers to do that and for you to do that is very important.